One. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd Family part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. I hope everyone's weekend is off to a fantastic start as we continue to count down the days until Christmas. Hard to believe it's less than 3 weeks away, but if you come on here live here on this Friday night, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Good evening, Kevron. Glad to have you here. As always, make sure to give the video a like, a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, please do so and share the video on all social media platforms. Hey there, Desiree. Glad to have you here. Hopefully, Kevron and Desiree, y'all's weekends are off to a fantastic start. But tonight's video is going to be short and sweet unless we get a lot of comments on here as I go, because tomorrow night is NXT Deadline. Now it's going to be the 4th annual Deadline Premium Live event, but it's going to be the first one. It's going to be broadcast on Netflix. It's going to be at the Boeing Center in San Antonio, Texas. Now, since we are winding down the year, it's just about time for some more superstars to get called up from NXT to the main roster. I don't know exactly who's going to stay because there are several people who are deserving of being on the main roster. But if you put Ricky Saints and Obafemi and Ethan Page along with Blake Monroe and Jordan Grace and Kalani Jordan, if they all go to the main roster, NXT is not going to have anybody. So somebody from the men's side and the women's side is going to have to stay in NXT. But it is about time to get a few more names called up to the main roster. Hey there, 2756. Glad to have you here from Brazil. Well, nice to have you checking in from Brazil. I love seeing all the different countries check in here on the channel, and tell your friends and family over in Brazil about the channel, and we would greatly appreciate it. But tomorrow night's Deadline, 5 matches. Now, the first time ever they're going to open the Premium Live event with the NXT Championship. Desiree, you're from Utah. I've wondered this entire time where you were and never knew. So I'm glad you finally told me. I was never going to ask because it's not my business, but I always wondered where you were. I always like to know where people are watching the channel, whether they're in America or some other country, just because I'm curious how many different states and countries are on the channel. Hey there, Brianna. Glad to have you here, Brianna. If you are new to the channel, whatever reason made you stop by the channel tonight, thank you very much. Tell your friends, tell your family about the channel. Make sure to give the video a like, a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed, please do so and share the video on all social media platforms. And Desiree, I appreciate the kind words. I really do. The good thing about YouTube is I know it's always better when you're on here live because I can talk to you, as we go. Hey there, Kyler. Glad to have you here. And hey, Kelsey. Glad to have you here. But the good news about YouTube is even if you don't get time to check in live, you can get back on the channel anytime and watch all my videos. And you can always leave a comment and I will see them and I will reply to you. But of course it'll be, on your phone or tablet or ever how you access YouTube. I know everybody likes to be live because you get, live feedback, but you can watch the channel any time. Hey there, Maynard. Glad to have you here. Hey there, 924. Glad to have you here. And hey there, Skylar. Glad to have you here. And I think you were on here yesterday or Wednesday one, Skylar. So glad to have you back. Thank you very much for checking in. But Ricky Saints versus Oba Femi. Hey there, Jolene. Glad to have you here. And hey there, 737. Glad to have you here. And Kelsey and 924 and Jolene and 737. I do not recall seeing y'all's names before the comment section. So if it is y'all's first time being here, thank y'all all so much for checking in tonight. Whatever reason made y'all stop by the channel. Thank you very much. And feel free to give the video a like, a thumbs up, and if you have not subscribed, please do so. And hey there, Dimitri. Glad to have you here. I know I said 737 a while ago because, when it pops up on YouTube when you leave a comment and it's all one long word. So I don't know exactly where one name starts and the next name begins. And I don't like pronouncing anybody's name wrong. So if I can, I'll just say numbers or whatever unless I know what your actual name is. Hey there, Ariel. Glad to have you here. Ricky Saints versus Oba Femi for the NXT Championship will open the show. We're also going to have Javon Evans versus Leon Slater versus Joe Hendry versus Dion Lennox versus Miles Bourne for the men's Iron Survivor Challenge. And the winner gets an NXT Championship match at New Year's Evil. Your cat bit your DIH. Well, I'm not sure what DIH is, but either way, being bit or scratched is not a very good thing. Dimitri, tonight we're talking wrestling. And thank you, Skylar, for the good compliment. Appreciate that. But Dimitri, tonight we're talking wrestling. But I talk football, baseball, basketball, NASCAR, and then I do top 10 countdowns that sometimes aren't about any kind of sport or wrestling at all. And I've also done some top 10 countdowns over the years about tennis, golf, boxing. So I talk mainly the big sports, the most popular sports, but I do talk a little bit of everything. But of course, the majority of the people that watch sports either watch baseball, basketball, football, or NASCAR. And I've been a professional wrestling referee for 18 years, so there'll always be wrestling talk, but it's not a wrestling channel. And Dimitri, you are a lacrosse player. Well, Dimitri, if you have any footage I can watch, please feel free to message me on Facebook if you're on Facebook and let me know where I can find it. I'd love to check out some of your lacrosse videos if they are out there. Jolene, I try to follow soccer as far as like the World Cup and things like that. And thank you, Skylar. I appreciate that. But I'm not a, like super, super, super huge soccer fan. But I do, try to follow the World Cup, when it happens. But soccer and hockey are probably the two sports that I've always struggled the most to get into. So I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm the world's biggest soccer fan because I'm not. But I do try to follow it. And Dimitri, hopefully one day you'll get on there so I can watch some of your footage because if you have a video that's, not on YouTube and you try to share it to me on YouTube, YouTube will pull it down. So there's no point in putting it on there, but you can put it on, Facebook because I would love to be able to watch you play some soccer. But Jolene, I try to follow soccer with the World Cup, but outside of that, it is hard to keep up with. But I do try to follow it anyway a little bit. Then we have Sol Ruka versus Lola Vice versus Kalani Jordan versus Kendall Gray versus Jordan Grace in the women's iron survivor for a championship match at New Year's. Evil Tatum Paxley versus Izzy Dame in a singles match, and Ethan Page versus Mr. Iguana for the North American Championship. All that takes place tomorrow night. NXT Deadline, fourth annual deadline, the first deadline to appear on Netflix from the Boeing Center in San Antonio, Texas. And you play the highest level of soccer with Jolene, just like I told Dimitri. If you're on Facebook, feel free to message me on Facebook. And, if there's any footage of you playing soccer, I'd love to be able to watch it just to say, hey, I know that person. So if you have any, please let me know. I'm the same person on Facebook and in real life as I am on here. I don't change at all. Hey there, Johnny. Glad to have you here. But I feel like if people can take the time out of their day to come on here and check in on the channel when I'm doing a video, then I can take enough time out of my day to spend 4 to 5 minutes watching, some soccer coverage or lacrosse coverage or whatever the case may be. Tomorrow in summer is a Christmas band. And Johnny, busy as always. I stay busy, but thank you for asking. And tomorrow night, speaking of wrestling, I will be at the Anderson Mall. I mentioned this the other day, but I want to bring it up again. I will be at the Anderson Mall in Anderson, South Carolina for UCW. Johnny, you're a Houston Rockets fan. Hey there, Luke. Glad to have you here. I think the Rockets are much, much, much improved. So good luck to your Rockets this season. They beat the Phoenix Suns today. The Suns are one of those teams where it feels like they improved from where they used to be a decade or so ago, and then once they got better and become a playoff team, they just never got any better than that. It's like they were satisfied with getting Devin Booker, and that was it. But I'll be at the Anderson Mall in Anderson, South Carolina for UCW Ultimate Championship Wrestling. We're going to have the Barbarian. We're going to have Johnny Swinger. We're going to have Lodi. And we're going to have several local independent wrestling stars out at UCW at the Anderson Mall right in front of Rejuvenate Church. It is a toy drive collecting toys for all the kids that otherwise would not get a Christmas. You are a Clemson fan and an LSU fan. Well, Johnny, tell all your Clemson fans you know and all the LSU fans you know about the channel. One thing about this channel is, unless you know me personally, you never know who my teams are because, I don't make this channel all about myself and all about my teams. And even the teams I like in whatever sport it is, I like them, I pull for them. But if I talk about them here on the channel, I don't talk about them from the point of view of the team. I talk about them from the point of view of, being realistic. And I'm never going to say my teams are going to win every game they play, and I'm never going to say they lose all the time. I try to be honest at 100% all the time because that's the only way people take you serious. If they know that everything you say is benefiting your team, they don't believe you because that's not realistic. So when I talk about my sports and my teams, I always try to be honest and look at it from the realist point of view and not from the point of view of my team. Hey there, Leon. Glad to have you here. And yes, Leon, I have more than one job, but thank you for asking. I'm a busy man, but hey, that's the way I like it. And yes, Johnny, I am a professional wrestling referee and have been for 18 years. So I'm a huge wrestling fan. And thank you for the kind words, Leon, or Leona. Maybe it's Leona. I'm not sure. I told Dimitri earlier, I always hate saying names because I could be, saying the wrong name because it's all one long word. I'm guessing it's Leona. So, Leona, glad to have you here in Leona. I think it's the first time I've seen your name in the comment section. If it's your first time being here, whatever reason made you stop by the channel tonight, thank you very much. And tell your friends, tell your family about the channel. Leona, I have a full time job, and then I have a part time job as a professional wrestling referee, and I have a part time job doing color commentary work for high school football. And of course, I have a job of helping my wife raise our three kids, but of course, you don't get paid for that job. And Leona, thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate that. And I'm hoping it's wild. If I'm incorrect, I apologize, but thank you for subscribing as well. And Johnny, I do try to watch as much wrestling as I can. And Haywood, I've been saying for about a month now that I think Ohio State will win the national championship. I'm not a Buckeye fan, but I just call things like I see them. And Ohio State has not given up 20 points all year long. And to me, until somebody scores 20 points on them, I don't see them getting beat because they're going to score 21 points every game. So if nobody can break more than 20 on them, they're not getting beat. And the most points they've given up all year long is 16, and that's just not good enough. They're going to score at least 21. So until somebody shows they can score on them, I don't see anybody beating them. And thank you for the kind words, Leona, and God bless you as well. And thank you for checking in on the channel. Appreciate that. And hey there, FC. Glad to have you here. But UCW tomorrow night in front of Rejuvenate Church at the Anderson Mall. Thank you, Leona. Me and my wife actually have a wedding anniversary coming up in 2 weeks. Matter of fact, it's 2 weeks from tonight. We'll be celebrating 14 wonderful years of marriage. Our daughter is 11, and our twins are 7 years old. And Leona, I'm glad you brought that up because I'm not one of those people that wants to come on here and only talk about sports and wrestling and never mention my family. I want everybody to know about my kids. I want everybody to know about my wife. I want everybody to know how happy we are because I don't want it to be like I'm a very private person and only discuss sports and that's it. And that's why I try to come on here live so that if folks want to learn about me, they have the opportunity to ask questions about me. Now, I don't get too private as far as my job and all that because you can't trust people anymore. But as far as my family, I am very much in love with my wife, and we have a beautiful family. So, Leona, thank you for saying that. And hey there, I wish. Glad to have you here. And you're right, Leona. It is a blessing, and I never would have thought when I was younger that I would even get married, especially get married to a beautiful woman and be married for almost 14 years. And hopefully, we have many, 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 many more years to go. So hopefully I'll see all of you in the upstate of South Carolina and North Georgia tomorrow night at the Anderson Mall in Anderson, South Carolina. Bell time is 7:30 in front of Rejuvenate Church. A toy drive for all the kids who otherwise would not get a Christmas. Any thoughts on any of this? Please feel free to let me know. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. What do you do if you see a tidal wave? Wave back. And that does it for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over